Rangers are turning the heat up, and the rest of Scotland can feel it. 49ers. Enterprises are being linked with serious summer backing for Danny Rohl, with a proper midfield move brewing as Lassana Coulibaly is talked up again, even with Saudi money trying to bully its way. And while the noise goes on, Dan Purdy is doing the work on the ground, watching Luke Graham at Dens Park as Rangers look to get ahead of Celtic and the English clubs circling. Now do me a favor, if you want proper Rangers talk without the usual Scottish media nonsense, hit like and subscribe. We are pushing hard for 500 subscribers, and your support gets us there. Look at the size of this. Rangers are finally acting like Rangers again, and the money men are being dragged into it whether the rest of them like it or not. Here's the story. The folk upstairs, with 49ers Enterprises sitting in the background, are being linked with backing Danny Rohl properly in the summer. Not token gestures, proper backing. 7-figure fees. The kind of backing you need if you are serious about the title and serious about Europe. And it is not just the usual Scottish rummaging about either. The talk is, Rangers have joined the race for a Serie A midfielder, Lassana Coulibaly at Lecce. And, of course, because we are Rangers, it is never allowed to be simple. We are not just up against normal clubs, we are up against Saudi money as well, with Al-Fateh mentioned, billionaires turning football into a shopping trip, while we are expected to apologize for trying to compete. They do not want us to win, that is the truth of it. Now, Coulibaly is not some unknown punt. He has been around, Mali international big league experience, and he has actually worn the Rangers shirt before on loan years ago. The report is a fee around 4 million euros, about 3.5 million quid. Not outrageous in modern football, but you can already hear the hand-wringing from the usual suspects. And here is why it matters. The midfield is the engine room. If Nicholas Raskin goes in this summer and there's always noise around him, you do not replace that with wishful thinking and youth projects. You replace it with a man who can handle pressure, handle Ibrox, and handle the big games when Celtic and the rest start squealing for favors. So the question is simple. Are Rangers finally going to back the manager properly and build a side that scares people again? Or are we going to let Saudi checkbooks and the Scottish media snigger while we stand still? Disgraceful that we even have to frame this as a race with Celtic, but that is the world we are in now. Rangers spot a player, and suddenly it becomes a wee circus about who blinks first. Fine, let it be a circus. We should be the ringmaster. Here's what is being reported. Rangers have stepped up interest in Dundee's centre-half Luke Graham, and the club have actually done the basics properly for once. A proper scouting watch. Not a highlights reel, not a phone call. The technical director Dan Purdy was there in person at Dens Park, watching Dundee draw 2-2 with Livingston to run the rule over the lad. And that matters, because Celtic are said to be sniffing about as well. Of course they are. They always hover around anything half-decent in Scotland. Then the media acts like they discovered him first. Graham is 22, a Scotland under-21 defender, and he has played his way into being a mainstay for Dundee. He has done the loans, the hard graft, all the unglamorous stuff. That is usually a better sign than some fancy name with a glossy agent. And here is the key detail. Portsmouth tried to buy him in January, and Dundee told them to get lost. £1 million quid, bid rejected. That tells you Dundee think they have something worth real money, and it tells you Graham is not going to be cheap. Good. Rangers should not be shopping in the bargain bin if we are serious about standards. There's also a reason Rangers are watching centre-backs. John Suter still has not signed a new deal. That is the sort of thing that can turn into an absolute shambles if you let it drift, and we have seen that movie before. So the move here is simple. Rangers are trying to steal a march by doing the groundwork now, before the usual noise and nonsense builds, before Celtic start their games, and before the English clubs start waving checks. The question is, will we act like a serious club and move first, or will we watch another Scottish talent slip away while folk tell us to be patient? Hit like if you are sick of the double standards, and subscribe if you want this channel to keep calling it straight. We are hunting 500 subscribers and every single one matters, because if Rangers do not set the tone, who will?